So I've just watched the Kirk Franklin movie documentary, and I'm doing this one lying down because I put off the watching the documentary like for days because I was just like it's gonna hit too close to home, and it did eventually. Like when I watched it, I was like, oh, what did I get myself into? And I commend Kirk for doing it, right? Exposing yourself like that is a big, big, huge thing, but it's also so healing. Something happens when we share our story, when we share our journey, um, and allow others to kind of heal through our healing. Like something just is incredible. A few things really stood out for me, and that is Deborah, his mother. To all the people who are defending Deborah, like stop it. you're enabling you're enabling her. And I've seen so many posts about, oh, it must have been traumatic for a 14-year-old. Yes, and it was also traumatic for Kirk, who was a baby, who needed both his mother and his father. So stop defending her. And even when she had two paternity tests, she still was in denial. And yes, we can say maybe she's ill, like mentally ill and whatever, but that does not take away for what she's taken away from Kirk. And it really broke my heart when she cried whenever Kirk is like, I need you to give this to me. Like, just tell me that this is my dad. And she denies it. And then starts crying and saying, I need my son too. Stop making it about you. In that moment, Deborah, this is not about you. This is about 53 years or whatever many years of lies, of negligence, of abandonment. This is 53 years. And he was willing to forgive her. He was willing to kind of still have a relationship with her. Like it's very clear. And then she says, if I don't give this to you, will that, bring a wedge between us? Are you wanting the wedge, Deborah? Like, so when she started making it about her and just denying it, I was just like, okay, Deborah. And then the dad, when he found out that it's his son, and seeing the heartbreak, seeing just the heartbreak, like just broke me. And somebody, I saw a comment saying that he's a therapist, he's some sort of mental health professional, and I love that because Kirk and Carrion, they're gonna need that. And I know obviously you can't do therapy on like family, but at least he's a safe person. Hopefully he's a healthy therapist that will be able to be a safe person, and and allow them to heal and grow. And then another thing that really stood out for me was Aunt Sandra. Like, and Sandra, why are you so angry at Kirk? Like, talk about enabler, like, number one enabler. She just seems so angry. And then even at that point when she says to Deborah, she's like, he just wants to know the truth. And then they walk out together. I feel like that for me, if my sister was treating her son like that, like, that's the end of me and you. Like, nah, 53 years. And then here we have proof, double proof, and you're still in like doing that. Yeah, and I just loved one thing about Kirk Franklin, his apology to his son felt a bit like a full apology. Like when he said, I'm sorry for all the things you felt about your daddy. Like anytime somebody says, I'm sorry for how you feel, like that's a big red flag. So I'm hoping that maybe he just doesn't understand what full apologies look like, and that, you know, But yeah, that for me was a stumbling block. But seeing them sitting there on the floor, and holding his face, and him saying that he hopes to like touch his face like that, and just connect with him, and this dream and vision that he has for them, for Father's Day, and for Black men. Just so good. It broke my heart. For those who don't know my story, I never met my dad, and I saw my mom once or twice a year. So I'm pretty sad. Like, and later on I found out that my dad died. But I had to ask the night before my mom's wedding day. I had to ask who my dad was. I met his family, and most of them seem lovely, but it's not the same. And when he said, when Kirk talked about, when he talked about how seeing his mother the few times a year kept the wound open, the wound never got to scar over, it never got to heal. That I could really relate to. And then just how his need for the two people that he needed the most, how that shaped his identity, and his issues. Like, I could really relate to that. Anyway, just wanted to share my thoughts and to say, like, stop enabling bad behavior in people like Deborah. Like, she's had 53 years of enabling. Like, let it stop. And I just hope that Kirk and Carrion and Mr. Rick get to heal and get to have the relationship that they've desired.